12,000 hours don't come easy, do they, Brian?
For purposes of this video, will be made for educational purposes. Mr. Brownstone cutting in here live, actually recorded videos. The man, the myth, the legend, 808 himself. He's got top-notch secrets of the music industry, for sure. Bob, you've been around this town not long, but you've been around the music business long enough, right?
Yeah.
You've listened to countless hours of music.
Yes. Live music. Countless hours of live music.
If you could give them 5 words, what would you give them?
If I could give them 5 words?
Just a sentence. Give them a sentence. Just summing all that up. Can you? Is it possible? Would it be possible to do such a thing, Bob? All the knowledge in music. I mean, you spout off guys that I wouldn't even know, bass players that nobody even really cared about. That, you know, I mean, you're a fanboy.
Yeah. I am.
Bob, let's just go to a little confession time. How many guitars do you actually own?
9.
Do you have names for these?
A couple of them.
Okay.
Of them. One of them's name is Christine, after my mom.
Oh. You would have. Was she a musician too?
No.
Okay.
No.
You don't have to get upset,
But
Bob.
she was the...
You don't have to yell, Bob.
But my first guitar, my dad didn't want to buy it for me, and my mom talked him into it. So.
What does that cup say on your...
Stoner Dad?
That cup says Stoner Dad, Bob?
Yeah.
Why are you ashamed?
Who?
This is the judgment-free zone, a time to unwind. That I just want to say that painting behind you, Bob, it sure does make your shirt pop.
Yeah. Yeah. That my shirt makes my shirt pop.
Bob, how long have you played music, Bob?
Well, the first time around I played music, from the time I was 13 to 35.
13 to 35.
38. I mean, when did I give Reagan the guitars?
That was in 2015.
Was it?
Yeah.
2015. But I had gone a while without playing before that. It just sat in the corner and collected dust. So now I'm back at
Supposed to be
it.
a
Probably, what, 12 months?
12 months going hard.
12 months at 53, though, is not the same as 12 months when you're 21. It's,
Or 31.
you know, getting out and gigging all the time and touring and stuff like that, that's a young man's game. Very few people, even professionals that have made a living doing it, can continue to do it into their later years, to be honest.
Unless you break the mold and you jump outside and you quit being the monkey that dances on stage and
Right.
rings his bell. You know?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
There is good news, though, is that with the way things have changed with the internet,
let's
you
talk
don't
more
you
about
don't
that.
have to wait around for a scout.
I feel like they're scared of the internet, aren't you? Don't you feel like the music industry's scared of the streaming platforms? I heard this earlier.
Well,
This last
they
week.
are afraid of it. In fact, some of even the older groups, like the pioneer groups, like Eagles and stuff like that, there are just certain songs that are hard to find live performances of because they're holding that stuff back, probably for some kind of, you buy it on a
The
cloud. or something.
royalties, like the publishing companies, or
Well, yeah, I mean, they're still going to want their money. Even though,
I
like,
heard,
well, like here's what I'm
I
saying.
heard this last week that the streaming platforms are holding the publishing companies hostage by having owing so much money to them, and that they can't do anything about them.
That I wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't. It's a collapse though. There's bands out there now like Waylon. They're growing in popularity and they're doing it without.
What about the other bands?
What other bands? I mean,
Open and Havoc.
oh,
Talk about
Well,
where you've been playing these last 12 months. What have you been doing these last 12 months?
well,
Talk
I've
about
been
the music.
okay.
Chattanooga's.
All right. I will talk about the music. So I've been going to this place called Cherry Street Tavern, and there's been open mics, and what that's done down here. I've only lived here for about 7 years, so I really didn't start meeting anybody in the music industry until I met Ed from, Cherry Street. And
That was your boss's nephew.
yep, that's it. Yep, my boss's nephew. And I started hanging out there, and just piddling around with the open mic, but I have seen some incredible talent in
I
that
met
place.
you.
And you're one of them. You're one of them. And it's easy to take it for granted when you're exposed to so many good musicians and stuff like that everybody, probably everybody's this good. Not everybody really is that good.
You think Chattanooga?
Is a hot spot? Is that what you?
I'll go ahead and ask you. You think Chattanooga compete on a national level?
They get a
With people
pavilion.
like in Nashville.
They got a pavilion. They could.
Like an amphitheater.
Yep. Yeah. Even you don't got
I'm
to
just talking about talent wise. I ain't talking about show wise. Just talent. And like a
Could it compete talent wise?
yeah.
Sure. It could. There are bands. There are bands here in like Havoc and those guys that are
Is there anything
they're more than
else you'd like to say
talented
about-
enough, huh?
Is there anything else you'd like to say about music industry now? The most secret that you have about music. What would you do all day
If I could do anything,
if you could do anything?
I'd play music. I'd play music. I'd either be actually playing it or listening to it all day. And it's interesting that you asked me that because I'm not allowed to listen to a radio at work. So it's but what would I
You'd
really
play
do?
music.
What is my dream?
You'd play music all day.
My dream, well, and maybe wear cheap sunglasses and spit on people. That would be my dream.
You just spit on people, Bob?
No, I wouldn't just spit on them. I mean, I'd charge them a cover charge, of course,
Would you pronounce the letter P? While
to
you
pronounce the letter P, or B, or
B?
pretty much anything else I could work up a
Well, Bob,
wet lip for.
go
And all
get
I
him.
can think of is the Friends episode.
Go get him, Tiger. Go get him, Tiger.